name is Gudrun from GE Designs. Welcome to our live show. Happy Friday! Hi everybody and welcome to our show. Thank you so much for being here. Just remember, if you are new around here, if you haven't done so yet, hit that subscribe button if you're hanging out on YouTube, and make sure you hit that notifications, that bell button as well. Then you're always notified when we go live. If you're watching us on Facebook, then make sure to do the same. Follow our page and hit that notification so you want to be notified when we go live.
Yeah.
Otherwise,
what about some hearts and stuff?
Hearts, thumbs up, always appreciated during our show. We love that. Comment throughout the show. So don't be shy. Introduce yourself. Tell us where you're tuning in from, what's going on in your world, and participate in the show. So a lucky person gets a $25 gift card just by commenting. We draw a random name at the end of the show. So say hello to my producer, Mr. HP.
The crowd goes wild. The crowd goes wild.
Can you believe it? Can you believe it?
What?
It is the last Friday show. No, not the last Friday show in is it? No, it's not the last Friday show in May.
No.
Not quite.
No.
But it's the last Friday show before Memorial Day weekend. It is Memorial Day weekend officially. Really.
Okay. Wow.
I just feel
Flying
like
by.
this year has flown by.
Jeez Louise.
So fast. Anybody agree with us?
Yeah.
So it just reminds us we have to celebrate every day and celebrate Fridays, especially. We love Fridays. There's something about just like a whole weekend ahead that you can do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Especially get behind that sewing machine.
We like that.
We celebrate Fridays, of course. We have a fresh recipe for you for something good in a glass. Our theme this month is tequila. Now, of course, you can always substitute with whatever you like to put in there. Even make it, this one is perfect to make actually as a virgin. It is a ginger margarita. So it's very unique. And if you don't like tequila, you can actually just add vodka or anything else in there. So what's in there? There is some tequila, ginger liqueur, which you can actually just, if you want to make it virgin, skip the liqueurs and add just a little more of the orange juice and lime juice and ginger beer. Otherwise, there's orange liqueur, just a little bit, and ginger liqueur, and then lime juice, orange juice. Shake it all up, pour it in a glass, and then you top it with a little bit of ginger beer. And it's made for a big glass. Just know that, because I only had room for this much ginger beer. But I love ginger. It's so good with a lime and a little bit of that orange. Delicious.
I think I'm going to be a little tipsy on a Friday.
Well, then nothing's new around here. But sir, you are known to have a great, now a saying or a quote.
I got a quote
every
for
Friday.
Today. Yeah.
Okay, so tell us what's your inspiration. What inspires you today?
Well, I've been doing a little long arm quilting, and sometimes you got to fall. And I fell a couple of times, hurt my knees. But what they say is, you don't learn to walk by following rules. You learn by doing and falling over.
Okay, so you got to fall and scrape your knees a little bit.
I scrape my knees a little bit, and I'm learning some things that's going to be helpful as I move forward.
Well, you've been doing a lot of long arming because some of you may know I'm working on a book, and so I am constantly sending stuff his way this time of year.
I need more, because you just don't learn unless you jack up.
Yeah.
And don't do that. Okay, try something different.
Yeah.
But it's all good. It's all good. I'm learning.
I get to. There's still quite a few to do, so I got you. I love that quote because it's the same lesson, I think, in business.
Yeah.
I've been in business on my own since in my early 20s, and all of my failures were my biggest lessons. And it's just a rule. If you don't learn from those big, wall hits and total
elbow
falling
scrapes.
over and even breaking bones. If you don't learn from it, and figure out a little bit of a different way of doing things, then you're going to just be hitting yourself up against that wall all the time. And so it's been my biggest lesson and lesson in perseverance and keeping going, you know?
We fall
despite
down,
the challenges.
but we get back up.
We get back up.
That's right.
Absolutely. And a ginger margarita helps.
Yeah.
Ease the pain.
my owie. Let me see.
Helps ease the pain.
Yeah.
Now behind you today, you're all Halloweeny today.
I'm Halloween.
That's probably a little hint about what we're showing you today as far as fabric, but this is the time of year when all the Halloween fabric comes in.
I like it.
That is May. Oh, that's my favorite.
I like it.
Love it.
Is that Sammy? Who is it, Sammy?
Is it Sammy? Yes, Sammy.
Sammy, y'all.
And the accent fabric is that purple in this particular quilt. So Sammy is really great for any kind of novelty fabrics that you have, maybe directional or something. And if you have a lot of stuff going on in the fabrics, you just have that one accent fabric that's really gonna be the through line of your quilt. And I love that for stuff like that. But behind me, of course, is a quilt that we talked about on the Tuesday show, Tipsy Tuesday this week. This is my new Echoes of Iceland. Woo! Got to see the center.
That's awesome.
It's hanging sideways, so just so you know. But I talked all about that, and we're going to give you a little rundown of what's been going on this week and last week. We've had a lot of new stuff coming out this week and the past week, and we went to the H&H trade show. Like, that seems like yesterday, and it's literally now been almost 3 weeks. It's wild.
It's been 3 weeks?
No, 2 weeks.
I was going to say, whoa.
I don't even know. No, from the time, it's 3 weeks since we left for Chicago.
Okay, yeah, I guess.
I mean, it's just, time goes by way too fast, and
True
I feel
that.
like we just got back. So,
True that.
anyways, we are going to talk about some of the national days. There's some interesting and not that many today. You know, sometimes we have a list, and sometimes there's just a few. So first off, National Road Trip Day. Road Trip Day. We like road trips.
We did a road trip.
Who likes road trips? I love road trips, actually, especially when I can get some work done on my computer.
You get some work done, and I get some good driving in.
Yeah, and we can listen to some good stories. Yeah.
You listen to a good movie.
Yeah, we've driven across the country quite a few times. So we love a good road trip. And even though it's sometimes much easier to fly to get there faster, but you get to see so much more and experience so much more if you enjoy car ride. It is World Turtle Day. Turtle Day. Now, anybody have a turtle, like a pet turtle? We kind of, because, well,
we have a few
I think
of them.
it's always the same time of year here in Florida. We get these big turtles in our pool or by our pool. The little ones get in, and we save them or rescue them. But the big ones, I think they're looking to lay eggs.
Yeah.
So they come kind of burrow under our fence or
Every
go
once in
under
a while,
our...
across the field, there's a big one just...
Yeah, we see them by
Digging.
our lake all the time. The big soft-shell turtle, the Florida soft-shell turtles, they're kind of gnarly.
Yeah.
We've seen that a couple times. And always this time of year, last year we filmed one come to there was an empty lot next to us and came and tried to lay eggs. Yeah, they're fascinating to watch. Fascinating. Fascinating. It is Don't Fry Day. You know what that means? I had to look it up.
Can't fry no chicken?
No, it's actually like using sunscreen awareness. So don't fry yourself in the sun.
Okay.
It's like, skin cancer awareness. So remember that this time of year when we're so excited, if you live in the northern hemisphere at least, so excited for some sunshine. I know that for Icelanders, if the sun's out, guns are out. I mean, literally, people are in bikinis when it's 60 degrees.
I thought they was trying to say don't fry nothing, like don't fry no chicken. That was not going to work for people.
No, it's not about that kind of frying. But yeah, be careful.
Okay.
It is National Cooler Day. So standing around that cooler, sitting in the driveway or
Stay in the shade and have the cooler right next to you.
on the beach with a cooler or whatever, or on the boat with a cooler with some fresh, ice cold drink. National Cooler Day.
Okay.
Taffy Day. Now,
Did you like
saltwater
taffy?
taffies. So, I mean, that's a real Florida thing, the saltwater taffies.
Yeah.
I really never had one until I came to Florida for the
one
first time.
candy that you have now, it's kind of like taffy.
Oh, yeah. I love fruit chews. Yeah. Taffy is a little different texture. It's more marshmallowy, I feel like, but I love any kind of fruit chews.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say Starburst is my favorite. The Mambas are my favorite. And then there's another European brand that's really, really good.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm weird about that. And this is the weirdest one I've ever heard. It is National Drink with Chickens Day. And I had to read that a few times. I really did. Like, first I'm like,
got your cooler.
I mean, drinking with your friends that are kind of like chicken.
Your
kind of
fried
chickens.
chicken and some drinks.
Or drink with chicken? No, literally was holding a live chicken and just like socialize with your chickens and have a drink with them. I don't know where this stuff come from. I honestly, I mean, it gives us something to talk about.
For sure.
So cheers to Drink with Your Chickens Day, if you got any.
Bok bok.
If you got any.
Bok bok.
We just got the Florida ditch chickens, the ibises. Maybe we can sit outside and drink with them.
Yeah.
So cheers, everybody.
Cheers, chicken.
National Drink with Chickens Day.
Love it.
That's just silly. But let's get to our favorite segment of Fridays, and that is showing some of your amazing quilts that you have submitted photos of into Goodness Quilt Crew, our closed Facebook group. So let's check out some great quilts. Starting off with a beautiful Anna quilt from the Quickies book and the Quickies Club classes. This is beautiful. This is made by Debbie. I love the color arrangement, very uniform. Love the stripe. I love it going both directions, gives it so much kind of more movement. Beautiful job, beautiful colors. Next up is a Valerie quilt, a quilt we don't see often. This one's made by Lori. Beautiful. Again, I love that teal or turquoise as the accent. You really draws your eye to it, and all the other fabrics kind of just fall it's like a little, what is it called? Almost like a stained glass now that it's in the sun in the background.
I see that.
Just subtle texture. I love that. And what a beautiful, handsome boy boy or girl, I don't know, sitting next to it. Next up is Jewel. Valerie's a single pattern, by the way. Jewel is in my Mixology 3 book. This one's made by Rebecca. I love this. This like a controlled colorway with just the blues and creams and golds. That's gorgeous. So don't think you have to have, if the color of the quilt in the pattern or in the book is a certain way, like my Jewel was really, really colorful. Don't think that you have to go that same route. You can always do a much more controlled colorway. So great job, Rebecca. And here's another example. Susan's Winnie, very controlled, just blues, and then all of the accents are yellow. That's a great idea. But all the different shades of blue, with a little bit of kind of turquoise in there, that's really, really great. Love the quilting too. And there we have a little Inga. That's a beautiful little Inga from one of our little bundles. So this is made by Louise. I love the orange accent, really stands out. How fun is that for summer? Perfect. Looks like she's already got it outside on her patio furniture. So that will be so much fun to have on your deck or patio for the summer. Beautiful job. Next up is a Kimberly quilt made by Dory. And love this version where she took out some of the blocks and added panel blocks. That's so easy to do with Kimberly. Whether you do it very uniform like that or you can do it random. Such a cute pattern. How fun and fresh is this in these bright, bright colors? Then we have a Nikki quilt. Now Kimberly is in my Stripology 2 book, Mixology 2 book. And the Nikki is a single pattern. This one's made by Nan, and I love this. This is a different colorway than I have seen before. It looks like It's some kind of a novelty fabric. I can't tell. Is this like space themed or something like that? But I love the colors. Anything from lights to the golds to the little pop of orange. And this is a great example where that accent color doesn't have to be super stand out. It can be a medium that kind of unifies all of the colors. So love that. Next up is a June quilt made by Tara.
Love this
and that's a unique layout. Yeah, June has multiple different layout options, and you can play with way more options than are in the pattern.
Great quilting.
Oh, perfect. I love these colors. I love everything about this quilt. Just the sharpness of the black and then the gray and those two tones of the mustard and peach is perfect. I just love this. Really great job. Then we have Venus and Little Nelly together. This is made by Cheryl. And I do believe she used her leftovers for the Little Nelly. And what a great idea. Love the Venus. That is a really unique layout, a really unique putting the 4 blocks together in this way. So it kind of creates its own little different pattern. And then using all those little pieces for a beautiful Little Nelly with that rich brown background. How perfect is that? A matching set. Totally matching set. Love this.
Another one of my favorites.
Oh, last but not least, yeah, one of your favorites. This is Astrid, and these are gorgeous. These are by Sharon and Laura, and look how different they are. So same pattern, single pattern, 2 different colorways, one very subtle and warm, the other one more dramatic with the black and the light blue and florals, both of them spectaculars.
Yeah.
And this is a much easier pattern than it looks, everybody. Don't be afraid of it. So maybe one day we will have this as our class pack pattern. Yeah, I think people have been asking for that. So
okay.
I think this there might be time here soon.
Do it.
But this is our show and tell for today. Thanks everybody for sharing, and keep the quilts coming. Share them in Gudrun's Quilt Crew on Facebook. If you're on Facebook, join us there for some fun. Great quilts, everybody. So much fun to see all your work. We're going to dive right into, I'm going to give you a quick recap of all of the new things that we have going on. You know, some of it is available as pre-orders or reservations, because this is usually when I'm working up new products, especially programs. I have to work way far ahead when I'm working with something that is going to be presented to quilt shops. So one of those things is my Echoes of Iceland book and block of the month. So this was, of course, one of our main releases at the H&H show in Chicago. So this is a new book coming out. I talked about this in depth on Tuesday. Echoes of Iceland is designed as a block of the month quilt. So it will come out in a spiral bound book format. And so you can just, go through it yourself and sew it and do whatever. It's not coming out until November. It uses my Heima collection, my fabric that is, of course, inspired by Iceland. The quilt is inspired by Iceland, and it is all focused on Stripology. So it is a Stripology block of the month. And so it takes you from step 1 of using the rulers through all of the different techniques that are in the master book, but even more. And so it's a great learning tool. It's a great quilt. And so now we released on Friday, I can't talk anymore. What we released on Tuesday is a reservation if you want to do this block of the month with us for the whole package. Now you can, once it comes out in November, December, you can pick and choose. But what we have available now is to reserve a full kit of the quilt. And I also designed a pieced backing. So that will include a backing kit, and it's that Aurora design that you see down there. This is the cool one. So it has the blues in the Aurora, and then we have a warm kit as well And this is the warm kit for the backing. So the quilt kit for the front is the same, but when you go and reserve this, you reserve either the warm for the back or the cool for the back. So the whole package is the Echoes of Iceland kit, fabric kit, using the Heima Fabric. Also includes the backing kit. It includes the book, actual printed book, spiral bound, which is going to have all of the techniques. It's going to have little video demonstrations, links to video demonstrations. And then it also includes the video classes, which we will start in January 2026. Yes, this is far away. And it's a 10-month program. So we'll be finishing up in October of 2026. But this way, you can reserve your kit for $50. That's just like a down payment. And then when we're ready to ship it in November, we'll send you an invoice for the difference. But you get a great deal by reserving now at this price. So check that out. Huge, huge savings. So for now, if you reserve now, your full price for the whole thing, this is like 19 yards of fabric. And the whole program, the video classes, is $279, but you only pay $50 down payment now, and then the rest later. You will also get a special gift if you reserve now. That's the only. We have limited quantities of the kits because we have to order this fabric so far ahead. So this is why we wanted to put in this reservation, and we're going to give everybody that is ready to do that this a special deal. So I did talk about it in depth on Tuesday's show. So if you haven't watched Tipsy Tuesday from this week, check back. I show you lots of pictures and talk about how the whole block of the month breaks down. There's of course going to be a little stories from Iceland and photos and fun stuff. And so check it out. I know these spots are going to fly out fast. So I hope you enjoy. I really loved making this.
So exciting.
Yeah, it's really fun working with your own fabrics. So just a beautiful, fun way of doing things. So that's kind of the big one. And then we talked about last week, we talked about the GEasy printed batting kits. So those are pre-printed batting kits. One is the Take It Easy runner. So there's actually printed onto the batting, fusible, single-sided fusible batting where you just iron your backing on and then cut out your pieces of fabric. And then you just piece right through the batting. It's kind of like sew by number, like paint by number. Super easy. It comes with a video that you can access for the full instruction. And these are going to be sold just as the batting kits together with the pattern. These are coming in July. Pre-orders are going up now. So if you want to try this, I do recommend placing your order, the pre-orders, because we're going to have like a first batch that is going to go out to our first people that ordered on pre-order, and also our shops and our distributors. Took a lot of orders for this at the show. People are very excited about this. I am very excited about it. It's really fun. I've done so much Quilt As You Go in 25 plus years. This has been a kind of a dream. I've been working on this for a while, and it's fun. It's really, really fun to do something mindless. It's fun.
Pretty clever for beginners.
It's really perfect for beginners. For kids, it's really great because once you're done piecing, you're done quilting, you put the binding on, and you have something to put on your table. So, really love it. Yeah. Of course, beginners and experienced quilters alike, it's just a fun thing to do. But this is probably going to be something that's going to be geared more towards those that are not as experienced as quilters. So, very exciting. So the third thing is our new patterns. 2 new patterns available in printed and PDF versions. We have, of course, Jolie. We had our quilt along for the Jolie quilt in February, and there are so many Jolies. Last week we had a whole slideshow of lots and lots of Jolies in all kinds of colors. It's such a versatile pattern. Using half yards or fat quarters, you can use any kind of fabric, any style, and it looks good because if you have something that's really, really wild and busy, you can actually swap out those little squares and put a accent color or two to really focus it. And so many different versions, and it was really, really great. The other pattern that is fresh off the press is Felicity. This, of course, was our retreat quilt. Felicity was our virtual Stripology virtual retreat quilt.
Yeah. And
so many different versions were done. Now, we have put together kits for all those colorways of the Felicity kits. So check it out on our website. They are ready to ship. We have limited numbers of some of them, more of some than others, but these were the 8 different colorways we offered for retreat. And if you are part of our Goodness Quilt crew, check out some of the Felicity photos from the retreat. There's gorgeous, gorgeous quilts. So if you want to secure yourself a kit for the queen size Felicity, which of course can be broken down to the two smaller ones, check out the Felicity kits. We shipped all of them that had pre-ordered already, so we have some left. So snatch one up. That's a fantastic pattern. I talked about this last week as well, how it starts just with squares and rectangles. You chop it up and you end up with a really complicated looking design, but it really is easy. Promise. Okay. I'll pinky promise you.
All right.
Yeah, so lots going on. And we also have a whole strip along going on during Tipsy Tuesday. This week we talked about part 2. I went through the part 2. Last week we did just the strip sets. This week, your homework was to get those strip sets cut, subcut, and then piece that diamond for the middle. So I've got mine almost done. So this is the quilt I already made, so I'm just making a little small from my leftovers. And then I'm making a second one from my Tilda chambray leftovers.
I like that combination of colors.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really fun. It's kind of fun texture. So I'm looking forward to seeing it all come together. So get your homework done if you're doing the strip along with us. If you haven't heard anything about the strip along, check out our website and go to our blog. There's a whole blog post listing everything that's been done, links to the videos that have been released, and you can just get your pattern and stitch along with us. All of them are using 2.5-inch strips. I'm sure if you've been quilting for a while, you got some somewhere stashed away. If not, we can help you out. We got some fabric. We got some good fabric. All right, anything coming up? Any questions or anything? Let me have a sip. I've been talking a lot. That's a lot of talking.
You've been talking a lot, so let me have a sip.
Mm-hmm. Wait, I thought you were going to talk while I had a sip. That's not fair.
You've been talking a lot, so I think I should have a sip.
Okay. That's logic to you, then.
Makes
that's
sense to
logic
me.
too.
Right
I think it's time to show them this gorgeous fabric that's sitting right here by me. And the first one I'm going to show you is the Halloween collection. This is a Moda collection. Beautiful. It is called Home Sweet Haunted by Stacy Leshew for Moda. And I love these colors. Hint, hint, I already made a quilt out of this.
Whoa.
Can't show you yet, but I love this so much. Starting with this Home Sweet Haunt print. I love kind of the more muted colors. These are more kind of classic, but still a little unconventional in some ways. So I'll show you where. I mean, this is a more creamier background than we see in some of the more modern Halloween prints. But this is very classic artwork. So cute and kind of classic. So this is the main, I think, well, I don't know if we call this main print. This is one of my favorites with a little haunted house. Or maybe it's not haunted. Maybe it's just your little cabin in the woods.
Right.
Then we have a cream background with spider webs, but it has more than that. It's got this little design and then a spider and a bat. So it's really a cool kind of overall pattern. And then a large print that is actually a floral. So These beautiful bushels of deep rust orange. I also love this orange, like a really, almost like a rusty brown orange. And the green as well. So little spiders in the spider webs that are in the background. So just so people don't confuse, this is Halloween fabric. But I love it. I love it. So going into that more orange, so we have 3 creams in this bundle, and then I chose 3 oranges to follow. So same print as we had in the cream, but in that orange or burnt orange. I want to call this burnt orange. I mean, this is not hot orange, a regular orange color. And then we have this newsprint fabric, Ghostly Gazette, breaking news, mass robbery in Salem. So the O'Shanahan Wolf Pack is added again. Mass robberies have caused chaos in the town of Salem. This gang of werewolves have been targeting homes near Salem Cemetery. Officials say ... Story continues. I love this. I love stuff like this, and I love, typography and newsprint like that. So very fun. Yeah, there's a business called the Webmasters. Yeah. And then we have some pumpkins and jack-o'-lanterns. So this is where the surprise, what I told you, like the surprising colorways. We have the deep rusty orange color in the back, and then we have more of like a clayish color, peach, and then this yellow and kind of like a sea glass light blue for the pumpkins. It's like a chalky colors. So cool and different. But that yellow color is also kind of in the windows and in the moon in this print. Then we have the dancing skeletons that have a jack-o'-lantern head. And actually their real head is either on top or in their hand. So this one is fun. Super fun. But this beautiful green, the sage green, is so refreshing and kind of my favorite color as far as clothing. I have a lot of this color. We have the dancing ghosts. Very fun. Little stars and moons in the background. And then a really cool tiny houndstooth print. Bringing in the black, in the green, so it gives it a lot deeper value. But so we have the 3 greens. Going into the black, we have that newsprint. Gotta have that in the black with cream on it, not pure white, so it really still works with all of the other ones. We have some black cats. Love these. These are, you know what these remind me of? I mean, I think I've told you the story of the Icelandic Christmas cat.
Oh, yeah.
This one looks like that.
Yeah.
The Icelandic Christmas cat. But like the Icelandic
Like the
Christmas.
hunchback.
Yeah, but they have he's the size of a house though. So he's pretty
huge.
big.
He's huge.
Yeah. I mean, he has
what's
to
his
be.
name?
Jólakötturinn, just the Christmas cat. But he eats children that are naughty, so he gotta have room in his tummy, I guess. Yeah, if you haven't heard that story, I'll tell you that fairy tale at Christmas time.
Hold it for Christmas.
And then last but not least, we have this gray base with the dancing skeletons and pumpkin heads. So that's the 12-piece bundle and collection. Absolutely love it. Like I said, I already made a quilt out of it. Can't wait to see it and show you soon, everybody. But let me show you collect some great basics that you can enhance this and go with it. Grunge Natural is the perfect color here. So that creamy, but a little bit more rusty, a little bit more taupe to it than a full-on cream. Or you can do a dry brush taupe, has a little more brown or taupe in it, but perfect option. For our rusty orange, this is one of my best bets, the Halloween Bumbleberries Halloween Orange. So you have the dark spots and the light spots, so it's kind of in between, even though it feels a little bit brighter, but you can see that there are 3 different tones of orange here. And then I pulled this one, the Nitty Gritty Nectarine. This one I love because there's a little bit of that gold here that really resonates with the yellow and the pumpkins. So I really like this. For the greens, I went with Dry Brush in the Matcha. Really great match with these greens. And for a little variety of shade, Bumbleberry's Wiltshire Green is also another great option. Has the darks and the lights and everything in between, so works perfectly. For the black, I wanted to bring in one pure black because we have the, I should flip these over so that we do this how I normally do it. I don't know why I'm not doing it that way. So, Stellar, the Deco Stitch Stellar, I love this because it has that pure black like this print, but it has a little print on it, so it's not so harsh when you put it with other stuff, and it really blends in nicely. And then I brought kind of a few different options of the grays. Canvas Ebony is great because it's not a pure black. It has some gray in it, so it has texture, and it's not as harsh as a pure black. And then I did two more. One is Spotted Charcoal. It has dark specks and light specks, so it blends usually really well. And the last one I brought almost looks brown, but it is Provisions in the Onyx, so a Tim Holtz basic. But it's a perfect match here because this is such a warm gray, so it works great. Works great. Now I had to give you a couple of unexpected options. And of course I decided to pull on these gold or this yellowish and this teal here. So for an accent that you want to bring in color that is not in here, I would go either with something in that resonates with the yellow. It's not quite this bright, but this color is also in some of the other prints in the background. So this one is Thatched Caramel. So I like that one. Let me put that over here. Like that one. Or if you want something super unexpected, I pulled that color. This is Grunge Blue, very similar to these pumpkins. If you want something unique, check this one out. I think both of them would work and be fun. So this is Home Sweet Haunt by Stacy Leschew for Moda Fabrics. And let's switch gears completely to something super colorful and fun. This one is called Creative Landscapes by Lewis and Irene. So yes, we're talking about color. Look at this. Black background with all this blooming beauty and color. So versatile to get a print like this because you can go any direction with it. Love very much in the style of Lewis and Irene, just beautiful florals. I have another black base print, but they just know, even though it's black, these are not going to read fully like a black because there's so much color in them. So this small floral has just these pink, larger flowers. It has blue, green, and peach, smaller flowers. So it all just translates to kind of a whole different color. Then we have this beautiful, almost like a turquoise, like a soft, dull turquoise color. This is almost like wheat blowing in the wind. Love this print. It's really beautiful, tone on tone, works great. And then we have that small floral again in that same base color as this, that turquoisey teal color. And same flowers as here, but now we have this really bright blue, almost a cornflower blue, or our forget-me-not blue, actually. It's perfect in there. And that takes us into that hue and that tone. So here's the next kind of a line drawing of beautiful flowers, white or cream on this beautiful blue, cornflower blue. and bringing in that same main print in that color. Isn't that gorgeous? So pretty and just so vibrant with all of these floral colors in there. So from there we go another tone on tone. So the same as here, but here we have lavender base and a little bit darker plum line drawing of the same print, but you'll see there is that lavender and all up in here and here as well. And then we have this graphic print here, kind of a textural fun print. So it has the little wheat and the grasses, so little mounds of different things in different colors. So this is a great blender, blending and connecting all the colors. We have that blowing wheat again in this color, which is the pink on a cream base. It's going to read more pink because it's so tight. So really nice and soft. And then we bring in some of that pop of lime green and orange. So that same print as we have here in the lavenders and pinks. This one we have the olive greens and oranges and a little bit of the pink too to connect everything. We have the tone on tone print again in the deep orange. So this is the same print as we have in these two tones. Looks very nice. And last but not least, we have that blowing wheat in a light pink or peachy base with the orange leaves. So it really finalizes the look and makes it all connect together. So Creative Landscapes by Louis and Irene. I started with the black, so I went almost pure black, but still a little texture. This is seedling licorice, so you see there's little specks on it that soften it up so it's not so harsh. But then I found one of our new 1-yards. This is Fizz in the Elixir. And look at all those colorful paint spatter dots. So cool. Perfect to use with this. Perfect. For the blue tones, for some of the more teal, subtle, I went with Glaze in the Raindrop. Really nice because it has perfect match for the lighter tones, some of the darker to bring it together. And then a lighter tone would be Thatched in the Frost for all the blues. So I think if you have Color Club, some of our Forget-Me-Not colors would work perfectly here, but I only had this one, the Zenora Blue Bumbleberries. So it works great in there as well. Not as bright, but it connects those two colors together very well. For the lavender, I went with Floral Elements in the Lavender Haze. Great color and also a great print. That's going to mix in there really nicely. For a little bit deeper color with some of those darker leaves, I went with another Bumbleberries, Berry Purple. I love it. Even though it looks darker, look how great it looks with everything else. And then we go into some of our oranges. I wanted to throw in a dark one, so Thatched Copper is a great option for the deeper, darker tones. Or you could go with Grunge Pumpkin as kind of a little bit lighter, has some dark spots in it, but it works well too. And then the last one I thought I'd bring in for this last print, especially over here, it's a peach, but look how perfect it looks with this print. It's Thatched Peach, and it's just perfect with this print. It really is interesting how when you have a pink base and an orange on top, it really reads as a peach. So a little color theory there. So I love this one there. For some interesting options for accents, I pulled out this beautiful mustard olive green and went with Glaze in the Mellow. I think that'd be great as an accent, a little pop. Or you can go with Glaze Artichoke. So a little bit darker green that pulls out some of the darker greens in here. So either way, these would be great as an accent. If you wanted a background that's not in here, I would probably go with a nice white, off-white, and so anything would work there. But this is my pull for Creative Landscapes by Lewis and Irene. So beautiful fabrics. If you want to think about Halloween or at least secure yourself a bundle to sew in this fall season, check out the Home Sweet Haunted. Or if you want something fresh and fun for summer, some florals and color, Creative Landscapes. Lots of great stuff.
Great stuff.
So do you have a live winner, sir?
I think I do, but let me see.
Our comments?
Let me see what my drink is in first. That was a lot of talking about fabric.
Oh, you got thirsty talking so much?
So thirsty. Let's get a little drum roll here today. All right. Our winner is
Susan Buell. Congratulations, Susan. $25 gift card is yours. All you got to do is email help@gequiltdesigns.com and we'll get you that gift card right away. And come and, excuse me.
Me too.
Come and check out some of our next shows. We have Tipsy Tuesday next week is going to fall on May 27th at 4 p.m. Central Time. And that's going to be our next part of our quilt along or strip along, which is part 3. And also Dangerous, next block in Dangerous. We have One Yard Wednesday next week on May 28th. At 9:30 a.m. And Jody's going to show some great new 1 yards for fantastic deals, you know. And Happy Friday is a week from today, May 30th. That's going to be our last show of May. But those of you that are celebrating this holiday weekend, Memorial Day, we wish you a safe and wonderful weekend. Hope you enjoy it with some friends, maybe out on the lake, maybe. And, you know, those of you with still inclement weather, it's been a wild week in the central
rainy,
U.S.
Stormy, tornadoes.
So I hope everybody's safe.
Yeah.
And stay safe throughout the weekend, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everybody.